gosh, we've got major drama brewing between Drake and Kendrick Lamar, and trust me, you're not ready for these receipts.
Do you agree with the people that Kendrick won the battle?
1000%.
You truly cannot make this up, man. Drake allegedly sent Kendrick Lamar a cease and desist over the Super Bowl. That's right, man. It looks like the beef between Kendrick Lamar, Drake, and the Super Bowl is not slowing down anytime soon, because apparently Drake is so upset that Kendrick Lamar's gonna be performing at the Super Bowl that he actually sent him another cease and desist.
Chains and Whips is the name of the diss track that Clips debuted at the Louis Vuitton fashion show. And TikTok is telling us that Kendrick Lamar is supposed to be on this song.
Listen, February is approaching fast, and while everyone's getting hyped about the Super Bowl halftime show, Drake is literally living his worst nightmare. And when they drop that bomb about SZA being a guest performer, Chiley, let me tell you why this is about to be the messiest Super Bowl ever.
What's up with it? Yeah, everything's smooth. I'm on the field right now. Yeah, you know, same old, keeping the body in motion, getting that wind up. You know, this field a lot bigger than what people think, so that's a must. Exactly. Now, I've been thinking about a guest performance.
The internet is literally imploding right now, and it's not just because SZA is absolutely dominating the music scene. This whole situation is like a perfectly scripted reality show, with all these tangled relationships and old drama coming back to haunt everyone. Let's spill all the tea about this SZA situation because it is juicy. Remember when Drake tried to flex on 21 Savage's track Mr. Right Now, casually dropping that line about dating SZA back in 2008? Well, honey, SZA wasn't having any of that. She jumped on social media faster than Drake could say certified lover boy to set the record straight. It was actually 2009, thank you very much. But wait, it gets even better. In her Rolling Stone interview, SZA basically reduced their whole relationship to the most casual situationship ever. We're talking the most unserious, barely worth mentioning type of situation. It's giving we ran into each other a few times in New York energy, and I am living for this level of shade. The way SZA's been handling this whole thing, absolute queen behavior. Back in December 2022, she told Odyssey with the most unbothered energy, "We're cool, we've always been cool, it's never been weird." And clearly she meant it because they still collaborated on Slime You Out for Drake's For All the Dogs album. Get that bag, sis. Now here's where it gets spicier than your grandma's secret recipe. SZA's about to share the Super Bowl stage with Kendrick. And baby, if you think this is a coincidence, I've got a bridge to sell you. This is strategic chess moves, and Kendrick is playing like a grandmaster. First, he secured that Super Bowl spot, something Drake has never achieved, by the way. Then, he brings in someone with this complicated Drake history. The shade of it all is astronomical. It's like Kendrick is building his revenge piece by piece, and honey, the structure is solid. Let's talk about Drake's year because, woo! We're talking flopped albums, messy lawsuits, AI drama. It's giving when it rains, it pours. Now he has to watch his longtime rival absolutely shine in front of millions. The karma is working overtime, and it's serving everything we need for Super Bowl drama that might actually be more entertaining than the game itself. Ever since Kendrick absolutely demolished Drake in their rap beef, this man has been unstoppable. Not Like Us didn't just win the beef, it became a whole cultural reset. The streets couldn't get enough, the clubs had it on repeat, and the industry was basically bowing down. And now he's about to perform it on literally the biggest stage in music? Drake is probably somewhere practicing his fake smile for when the cameras inevitably pan to his reaction. The NFL choosing Kendrick for this moment isn't just a cosign, it's the ultimate, we see you. The industry is literally screaming from the rooftops that Kendrick is the moment right now. And Drake? He's just got to sit there and take it all in. The memes are already being drafted, the jokes are being written, and those camera operators are probably already planning their Drake reaction shots. But hold on to your wigs because this tea gets even hotter. Drake is now suing Universal Music Group, claiming they orchestrated this whole bot situation to boost Kendrick's numbers. The audacity. He's saying UMG deliberately worked against him to make Not Like Us blow up just to make him look bad. But here's the gag. He's also claiming the track spread false criminal allegations about him. It's given desperate, it's given damage control, and the timing, right before the Super Bowl, make it make sense. Now let's bring Pusha T into this conversation because, baby, if anyone knows Drake's playbook inside and out, it's Pusha. Remember when he dropped that nuclear bomb called The Story of Adidon back in 2018? Exposed Drake's whole Secret Son situation? Iconic behavior. Then in 2022, while Drake was still nursing those wounds, he allegedly tried to play detective by throwing $100,000 into the streets for dirt on Pusha. But guess what happened? There was no dirt to find. Pusha literally tweeted, "Can't no amount of money create skeletons that don't exist? I am screaming at the clearance."
Pusha himself confirmed it in an interview with Big Boy's Neighborhood.
That situation just went, it just went where it went, and it's just there's no turning back. It's not like those other situations. I'll say at that point, it wasn't even about battle rap or any of that. It was just the information was too shocking. It was, like I said, it was on his part, it was a genius chess move. He obviously has no, when it comes to me, he's not gonna have any morals or respect. So the other elements of the record, whether it be just the shit that he's making up about my mom and my dad and all this or obviously the part that hit me the most, which is wishing that my friend that has an illness dies. That to me is just not really wavy. I'm just not really with that. And when I did say, oh, there's rules to this, I didn't mean there's rules that anybody has to follow.
Y'all, it gets even messier. Some random guy from the streets came through with the snitch report about Drake's little investigation attempt and the audacity of Drake sending a female handler to try and infiltrate Pusha's inner circle. But that backfired spectacularly because they just played along and reported everything back to Pusha.
Yeah, but it's sensitive and it's real and it's, you know what I mean? It's unfiltered, so it's we all in the town. It'd probably be some issues behind it, but that ain't a big deal. But
so this female gave this guy a call who had some run-ins with Pusha T, so she believed that this guy would turn on Pusha T, but he didn't.
Drake basically got finessed while thinking he was the one setting a trap.
She is an industry person. She is industry. And it threw me for a minute. I actually called her husband. I was like, listen, this is what I heard. I hate that I'm hearing this right now, but if it is true, you understand that I'm not playing with anybody. And I told him, I said, listen, I said, you don't even have to tell her call me back, because but the more I talked to him, the more I heard in his tone that it could have been some truth somewhere. He was giving me that energy. It wasn't flat out denying it, was, excruciatingly oh, this can't be, let me just get to the bottom. But I just felt, because this is something that should never have been said or done.
All right, man, so that's the clip, that's the video. So I think it's super interesting to hear Push say the same thing that Kendrick is saying, and they both beefing with Drake, to say that he used the same tactic against him. And even for Push to have somebody that was so industry around him that just wanted the relationship with Drake so bad that they was willing to backstab him that way, it's a crazy thing. And I thought he kept it gangster, letting her husband know, I'm gonna call her husband on some G, you know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it gangster with you, bro. Because again, he not looking at it like, oh, Drake just calling around for $100,000 on my head for information. He looking at it from a street perspective, bro. Hold on, if she's mediating the $100,000 for Drake, oh, I'll give you $100,000 if you can give me some information to take back to Drake.
And Pusha was unbothered.
Kendrick didn't let this slide either. On 6/16 in LA, he dragged Drake for losing money trying to dig up non-existent dirt. Then on Euphoria, he read Drake for filth again about hiring people to do his dirty work instead of handling his business like a man. The levels of shade are astronomical. Let's dive into this Twitter bot drama because it is wild. People were out here tweeting the most ridiculous things about Pusha T. We're talking selling drugs to imaginary third graders and, wait for it, impregnating salamanders. What in the fan fiction? Everyone and their mama knew Drake was behind it, especially since Jim Jones, who also had beef with Pusha, kept it 100 and never stooped to bot warfare. This beef has been simmering since 2011 when Pusha first called out Drake's ghostwriting situation. Then came that legendary "Don't Fuck With Me" freestyle, where Pusha basically told Drake and other new rappers to stop acting like boss babies just because they got a taste of fame. The shade was impeccable. But hold on to your edges because there might be another secret child situation. In Meet the Grams, Kendrick dropped this bomb. "Dear baby girl, I'm sorry that your father not active inside your world. He don't commit to much but his music, yeah, that's for sure. He a narcissist, misogynist living inside his songs, tread destroying families rather than taking care of his own. Is this Adonis 2.0? Because if it's true, Kylie, the internet might actually break. And let's talk about this Kardashian connection because it is messy with a capital M. Drake's been circling that family like a shark. From those Kylie rumors after her Sweet 16 to all the whispers about Kris Jenner. But the Kim K situation? Woo! When she filed for divorce, Drake supposedly couldn't wait to make his move. Sources spilled that he'd been saying for years that Kanye wasn't right for Kim, and the moment that divorce news dropped, he was in those DMs faster than you can say God's plan.
Hated that energy. He's been publicly calling out Drake's shady ways for years.
It's with Drake. That's the whole thing. It's like morality and likability are not connected. They're usually the opposite. Right. Usually the most immoral people are the ones that are the most likable. So if I say I like Drake, it's not because he's a good person. It's because I like him. Right. You understand? Yeah. I got like for everybody. You know, I'm not gonna say love because you got the love that's gonna weaken you. That compromises you. So I got like for everyone, right? And it's just, I think this is a beautiful time. You know, it's like we saving the world. Like you take Drake and Lucien out, that just alters everything because that's such a control thing they had, the algorithm, the way that they work together to fix the numbers and all that. You know, they have
them two are working together.
Absolutely. Like we're gonna name this after a dragon, some demonic like Drake and all.
Kanye even had the nerve to hint that Drake might be involved with Kylie's second child. Now, that's probably reaching for the stars, but the drama is absolutely real.
I was so into...
I think Drake smashed Kim K, no cap.
Come on, man. Let's stay on topic.
That ain't that far off of a concept. Like, why would we not say the obvious?
This is as a fan, just stepping back. There's something real personal Drake holds over that whole family.
Now Pusha's back in the mix, dropping hints about having more tea to spill. And when I tell you, the anticipation is killing me. He's been suspiciously quiet lately, but suddenly he's out here liking tweets about Drake's downfall. Baby, when Pusha gets involved, things don't just get ugly, they get nuclear. The desperation is reaching new heights because now Drake's allegedly trying to block Kendrick's Super Bowl performance. His team is working overtime behind the scenes, claiming "Not Like Us" is too defamatory to be played on such a huge stage. But the fans aren't buying what he's selling. They're calling him out for being the sorest loser in hip-hop history. And this bot conspiracy? Please. Drake's team really tried it when they claimed Kendrick used bots for "Not Like Us," even having DJ Academics bring some random kid on stream to expose everything. But that story fell apart faster than a house of cards in a hurricane. Meanwhile, internet detectives found receipts showing Drake might be the one with the bot army. The irony is absolutely delicious. But wait, because this tea isn't finished brewing. There's talk about a Clips reunion album called "Let God Sort Him Out," and the rumors about a Kendrick feature are making me lose my mind.
And Whips is the name of the diss track that Clips debuted at the Louis Vuitton fashion show. And TikTok is telling us that Kendrick Lamar is supposed to be on this song.
A TikTok user claimed UMG hit them with a copyright strike for using a snippet from that Louis Vuitton fashion show preview. And child, the plot thickens. The tea? The takedown notice listed the song as "Chains and Whips" featuring Kendrick. And supposedly this track is about to expose some dark allegations about Drake's past relationships and industry connections. When I tell you I am sitting on the edge of my seat...
Drake is a lyricist, and a lyricist that talks to your soul. Like, you can be clever, you can say cute things, you can do things in cadences and so on and so forth, right? but the truth really hurts. And the truth like cuts deep. And I think what Kendrick was doing was really talking to his soul.
Drake really thought he could control this narrative, but honey, the walls are closing in faster than a Venus flytrap. Pusha T and Kendrick aren't just letting this slide. They're in the studio cooking up something that might end Drake's whole career. Drake wanted war, but now he's drowning in one, and from where I'm sitting, it looks like he already lost. And let's talk about this legal chaos with Universal Music Group because it is messy. Drake really filed a whole lawsuit claiming they orchestrated bot streams to artificially push Kendrick's diss track. The desperation is real. He's out here accusing UMG of intentionally working against him, making Kendrick look better just to destroy his career. But let's be real, this isn't about money, it's about pride. Drake knows he lost in the streets and in the culture, so now he's trying to win in the boardrooms. But baby, that's not how hip-hop works. The way this drama keeps unfolding is better than any Netflix series. Each day brings new revelations, new accusations, and new levels of pettiness that I didn't even know were possible. The Super Bowl can't get here fast enough because this halftime show isn't just going to be a performance. It's going to be a whole statement. Kendrick is about to make history while Drake watches his kingdom crumble, and honestly, maybe that's exactly what needed to happen. Like and comment below because this tea is still piping hot, and trust me, there's definitely more drama coming. The way 2024 is starting, we might need to grab more popcorn because this show is far from over. Keep your notifications on because you know I'll be back with every single update on this mess.